in every generation, you have to consider the transformational technologies that remake the world. Right now, it looks like the transformational technologies for the next 20 to 30 years are digital intelligence, that is AI, and then digital money or digital energy, which is Bitcoin, right?
Today, approximately 2 months following the approval of the ETF, Bitcoin spot ETFs have amassed a total market capitalization exceeding $67 billion. This remarkable achievement positions Bitcoin ETFs as the most successful in history, following Grayscale's initial sell-off. Subsequently, the price of Bitcoin has experienced significant growth, recently reaching a new all-time high. Many analysts are convinced that we are witnessing the onset of one of the most remarkable bull markets in history. Michael Saylor, a Bitcoin maximalist and CEO of MicroStrategy, shares this sentiment, going even further to assert that we are merely scratching the surface. In his view, the upcoming halving event will mark a pivotal moment in Bitcoin's history, ushering in what he terms the Bitcoin gold rush. Over the next decade, Saylor predicts a period of consistent appreciation in Bitcoin's value. However, he anticipates that by late 2034, the information asymmetry surrounding Bitcoin will diminish entirely, leading to an exponential surge in prices. Saylor's outlook is not without its bullish price predictions. He believes that Bitcoin's uniqueness lies in its inability to be influenced by capital inflows into a Bitcoin ETF, emphasizing the scarcity and immutability of the asset. Let's delve into his insights to gain a deeper understanding of his perspective on Bitcoin's future trajectory.
I would say in every generation, you have to consider the transformational technologies that remake the world. You know, whether it's the internal combustion engine, or whether it's a computer chip, or whether it's the internet, or whether it's the airplane, or whether it's the piano, figure out, or the electric guitar, right? What's the transformational technology? I rather think right now it looks like the transformational technologies for the next 20 to 30 years are digital intelligence, that is AI, and then digital money or digital energy, which is Bitcoin, right? And the idea that, you can embed digital intelligence into a car, a plane, a drone, a robot, a website, a product, a service, an AI, that's a big idea. And certainly there are going to be massive fortunes made. And if you understand how to embed digital intelligence, right, there's going to be a demand for that. And with regard to digital energy, right, the idea you can embed digital energy into a product, a service, a website, a company, a country, an institution, right, is a big idea. So you ought to think about how you might take advantage of that. Now, there may be other things, right, in the domain of medicine or physics or the like. I'm not an expert on all. I mean, these are two obvious transformational technologies. I would say pick the thing that you love, the thing that you're most interested in, and then I would say focus, because the most common mistake I think people make is, well, there's two mistakes. One is they pick the last generation technology, right? It's the thing that made your father or your grandfather or your great-grandfather famous, successful, rich, powerful, right? Is probably not going to work for you. You're not going to fight the next war with the same weapons you fought World War II with. And they didn't fight with the same weapons they fought the Civil War with. And you're not going to get rich the same way John D. Rockefeller got rich. So don't try to do what's been done. It doesn't matter how hard you work. No amount of work, right, is going to allow you to overcome a technology disadvantage, right? Nobody cares how hard you work if you're working with a hammer, trying to hammer your way through a mountain. So that's the first thing you don't want to do. But the second thing is, oftentimes people, they find that technology and they have a modicum of success and they get going on that platform. And then they declare victory and they think they take that for granted. So then they go to find the next success. So they want to conquer the second thing and then the third thing and then the fourth thing. and then the fifth thing. And what happens, it might be something as simple as you're successful on YouTube, and so then you decide you're going to do TikTok. But TikTok is different than YouTube. And so, you find yourself basically creating mediocre TikTok things, and then your YouTube content gets mediocre too. And then someone else, offers you a third thing, and you decide that's what you're going to do. And pretty soon you're doing three things and everything's mediocre. And gradually, your customer base, your fan base falls off, your support falls off because you diluted your focus. I think here's the phrase I would leave you with.
Today's video is sponsored by Stampseed. Don't store your Bitcoin in cold storage without stamping your seed phrase on an indestructible titanium plate. Stampseed is fireproof, rust-proof, impact-proof, and easy to hide. It has no loose parts and will give you ultimate peace of mind that your Bitcoin is safe and sound for the long term. Click the link in the description below for 15% off your stamping kit. Welcome to Bit Intelligence. We are committed to bringing you top-notch Bitcoin-only content, twice weekly. Doing this is quite a lot of work. If you are enjoying it and you'd like to support us in making more of these videos, subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. If you are willing to go a step further, consider contributing to our Lightning wallet on Geyser to help us get the funding we need to keep bringing you these videos. You can also join our channel here on YouTube for as low as $2.99 per month. Okay, back to the video.
Nobody fails because they pursue bad ideas to the detriment of their good one. They fail because they pursue good ideas to the detriment of their great one. Right? So figure out the one thing that you can be great at, and then don't make the mistake of diluting your focus and your effectiveness because you're good. Don't be Michael Jordan, the basketball great, and then go play baseball. You'd be a professional baseball player, 1 in a million people could be a professional baseball player. But you see, trading the 1 in a billion to be 1 in a million is a mistake. And he figured it out, right? Hopefully you figure it out. The tragedy is you have something which is going to work, and then you get distracted, right? And a lot of these people look at Apple computers, like Steve Jobs. It's like at the point everybody's written you off, the difference is they don't quit. Like they don't give up ever, ever, ever. They just keep going, laser-like focus. And it's easy to say, but how many people can keep laser eyes on Twitter for 4 years? That's the joke. If you went and counted the number of people that put laser eyes and then they took them off after 3 months or 3 weeks or 3 days or 3 years. And of course, the irony is, right, you can't even get a college degree in less than 4 years. You can't be a doctor without 10 years of work. But a lot of people, they just expect it to work in 10 weeks or 10 months. And I would say, my advice to anybody is find something that gives you a technology edge or lever, the ability to create something which impacts the most amount of capital or the most number of people. You want to have the maximum impact, whatever that is, the max leverage. And then once you figure that out, relentlessly refine your craft. 10,000 hours. And then by the way, 10,000 hours to become the great guitar player, or the great piano player, or the great podcaster, or the great whatever it is. After you do that, then go do it. And then after you get recognized as being successful, don't go on to the next thing, right? Focus upon the thing, right? Keep doing the thing. Don't take your success for granted. Because I think we see all the time people, they take their success for granted, and then they go off to conquer the next objective, thinking that somehow it'll be just as easy and it's important for them to do it. And what happens is that second thing dilutes the first thing, and by the third thing, they've diluted everything, and by the fourth thing, they're just dropping all the balls, and everything comes crashing down. And there's somebody else in the world, they're going to put in the 10,000 hours, and they're not going to get distracted, and they're going to eat you, because it's a very Darwinian world, and it's very competitive. And if you're not insanely good at something, it's not clear that anybody's going to need you for anything.
Michael Saylor's message is clear. You've got a decade left to potentially become incredibly wealthy. By November 2034, when the next Bitcoin halving occurs, 99% of all Bitcoins will have been mined. Saylor asserts that during this period, the growing curiosity surrounding Bitcoin will continue to drive its price upwards. Just as it has over the past 15 years, this era will witness an unprecedented commoditization of information about Bitcoin, ultimately leading to a monumental surge in its value. Saylor envisions Bitcoin reaching astronomical heights, possibly even hitting $5 million per coin. He emphasizes that even at such exorbitant levels, Bitcoin will remain the ultimate asset, the pinnacle of value. However, he issues a stern warning: waiting too long could mean missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime. Saylor's advice is straightforward. Seize the opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin now while you still can. His bullish predictions and cautionary advice about the future raise important questions about the potential of Bitcoin. To stay updated on the latest developments in the crypto world, be sure to watch the video linked here.